On October 14, 2019, police in a small city received a stranger emergency call. A terrified woman whispered, "There is a man in apartment 407, and he has been dead for 3 days." The operator asked for her name. She replied, "I don't know." Then the call ended. Police rushed to the building. The manager unlocked apartment 407. Inside, they found a dead man sitting at the dining table. In front of him was a half-finished cup of coffee. On the wall, written in black marker, were 6 words, "I know who killed me." The victim was identified as Michael Carter, a 34-year-old accountant. The medical examiner estimated he had died 3 days earlier. But there was one impossible detail. The apartment had no sign of injury, no broken windows, no fingerprints, no murder weapon. And according to the building's security footage, nobody had entered or left apartment 407 for an entire week. Then investigators discovered something even stranger. Apartment 407 did not officially exist. The building had apartment 401 through 406, then 408. There was no 407 on any blueprint, yet the police had just walked inside it. The building was 20 years old. Former residents claimed they had occasionally heard footsteps from an apartment that wasn't there. Some even said they had seen a door labeled 407. Others instead, it had never existed. Police checked old records. 10 years earlier, a woman named Sarah Lewis had disappeared from the same building. Her last known address, apartment 407. Again, an apartment that supposedly did not exist. On Michael's table was a notebook. Inside were entire dating back 6 months. The first page read, "I found a door that shouldn't be here." Another entry said, "The people inside know my name." Then the final page, "If I die, don't trust the woman who called." But nobody knew who had made the emergency call. 3 days later, investigators released the recording to the public. A retired teacher recognized the voice. It belonged to Sarah Lewis, the woman who had disappeared 10 years earlier. But that was impossible. Sarah would now be 42 years old. Police searched for her. They found her grave. She had died in a car accident 12 years before Michael even moved into the building. Construction workers were ordered to inspect the building. Behind a false wall between apartment 406 and 408, they found a hidden room. Inside was a table, a chair, and a coffee cup, exactly like the crime scene photographs. But the room was empty. Then investigators noticed something chilling. On the dusty wall, someone had recently written, "To Let." As police prepared to seal the room, one detective looked at an old photograph of the building's grand opening. He froze. Standing in the background was Michael Carter, smiling. the problem. The photograph was taken in 1999. Michael Carter was only 4 years old at the time, and beside him stood Sarah Lewis, holding the hand of a little girl. The same girl who had called emergency service. A girl whose identity has never been discovered. The case remains unsolved. Apartment 407 was sealed. Months later, the building manager reported something strange. Every few nights, a new coffee cup appeared inside the hidden room. And sometimes, residents hear a phone ringing from behind the wall. No one answers it, because everyone in the building knows one thing: apartment 407 doesn't exist. So who keeps making coffee there? And who called the police to report a murder that hadn't been discovered yet? If apartment 407 never existed, where did the body come from?